you were already given everything you need to prove that this was not Ultra Instinct. Everything about Goku during his Super Saiyan God battle versus Beerus was showing you all the signs. And when Goku accessed Ultra Instinct for a second time, they showed it in plain sight, the hidden truth to the biggest mystery in the Tournament of Power. These signs further answer the question, what is Goku's Ultra Instinct heat? It was really hard to tell that Goku was experiencing something other than Ultra Instinct when he first attained it in the Tournament of Power. But the difference was made clear the moment he suddenly was able to dodge Kefla's attacks. Even though he was barely even able to stand, Kefla gasped, how could this be possible? She was sure her aim wasn't off. But with one more try, she realized something strange was going on. Goku's limp body was somehow able to read the movement of each one of her attacks. And what was even stranger was that his eyes were completely shut. He was reading her attacks with his mind alone. But then, Goku stood much straighter. It seemed his confidence was coming from nowhere. Suddenly, a powerful wind swept around Goku, revealing his silver-tipped hair, the wavy blue aura, and the daring silver eyes that you thought was Ultra Instinct. It might look like Goku was simply powering up from one stage of his new technique to the next. But that's exactly what the problem is. We described Ultra Instinct as a technique that anyone can achieve. He didn't describe it as a form. The differences you just saw were telling you Goku was experiencing two different things. One of those differences is the heat leaking from his body, which gives you the reason why a master of Ultra Instinct, such as Whis, and even the Grand Priest ruling over the Omni King's Tournament of Power, were both left with no idea as to what was happening to Goku in his fight with Jiren. What this heat was representing was explained in multiple ways when Beerus and Goku went head-to-head in the Battle of the Gods. Beerus pushed his massive amounts of God energy into his punches. Goku could do nothing but block, and when he felt a sting from his wrist, he looked down to see that Beerus' energy had left behind physical smoke. While this was one of the obvious visual representations of heat that they gave to you, not all of them were so clear. The one that was hidden in plain sight was first seen when Goku stepped forward to attack Jiren for the first time. Beerus couldn't believe it. What he was seeing around Goku's body was the same thing that had been around Goku's Kamehameha wave the day he had become a god. But does something that was seen in the Super Saiyan God form, being repeated again during the Tournament of Power, really prove that Ultra Instinct is also a form? They started to give the answer to this question when Goku's heat was starting to come to an end. Goku had proven to Jiren that he was no longer someone that could just be thrown around. He was suddenly keeping up with Jiren's incredible speed. But the time of Goku's Ultra Instinct power was just about to run out. His eyes quickly flashed their original black color before returning to a shining silver. It was a sign that what he was experiencing was not only Ultra Instinct. The calm nature Goku had been fighting with all of a sudden seemed to disappear. His eyebrows clenched together. It was clear. His power would be gone any second. Goku knew his time was running out. This fight would have to end right now. He pushed his body further. The roar of a desperate warrior rang out. Jiren had finally been caught as Goku's knee came flying into his stomach, but in only a matter of seconds. Goku found his fist blocked in his last attempt to take Jiren down. And as Jiren spoke the words that revealed Goku's heat was the limit he would need to overcome, Goku looked at his biggest rival yet with pure black eyes. His hair no longer lifted. Its silver tips had disappeared. The time had run out not only for Goku's Ultra Instinct technique, but also for the heat that proved something more was going on here. But Goku would still end up being the one with the last laugh. Jiren had made a huge mistake by letting this rival go without eliminating him. Clearly he didn't understand what it meant to be a Saiyan, that Goku would only learn from this fight and come back stronger because of it. But what exactly is it that Goku had learned that would explain the mystery of this heat? By comparing the ending of their battle to the moments that their fight had first started, one thing was very clear. Whatever had happened to Goku had somehow made him stronger. Like the true martial artist he is, Goku chose to test out his opponent's strength by gradually increasing his own. But not a single thing he tried could make Jiren move from where he stood. Not a single muscle was seen even flinching. But then Goku reached the form that had first proven in his battle with God Beerus that heat represents energy and power. Jiren stopped the Super Saiyan God's attack with nothing but a finger, but that didn't stop Goku, or his friends, from realizing that this was still some kind of progress. All he had to do was keep pushing, and that's exactly what Goku did. But when not even Super Saiyan Blue, maxed out to Kaioken times 20, could slow Jiren down, it seemed that all hope of winning the Tournament of Power was lost. universe. Not even Goku's friendship with the highest, Omni King himself, could save Universe 7 from being erased now. But that hope finally returned when this happened. It was the tiniest of marks, but Goku had finally done it. Jiren had taken damage, but wasn't the reason for this only because the speed of Ultra Instinct had allowed Goku to make contact before Jiren could react? It makes perfect sense to think this way, considering Whis' original explanation of the technique that would give a person the speed to avoid all danger. But when Goku gave Jiren the shock he deserved for underestimating the power of a Saiyan, you saw that this wasn't only speed. As the noise of their faster-than-lightning attacks spread across the stage, Piccolo and Gohan looked above them with eyes full of wonder. They analyzed this strange power that Goku had achieved out of thin air, and the one thing that caused Piccolo to sweat was Goku's ability to continuously evolve. With each attack he tried, his power increased. Piccolo noticed that Goku was hitting Jiren quicker, sharper, and heavier. This confirmed that Goku was both faster and stronger. But how had he gotten stronger with a technique that was specifically supposed to help with speed? This was another sign that Ultra Instinct wasn't the only thing present. But if that's true, then how can this moment be explained? If Goku had become so much stronger, then how was it possible that his attacks were so ineffective? Whis was forced to come out with the truth. Dodging wasn't the only thing Ultra Instinct could be used for. By separating body from mind, a person would be able to instantly and subconsciously decide which attack would be the best to use in that exact moment. But Goku was still trying to figure this out on his own. The problem was that he wasn't leaving everything to instinct. He was still thinking about which attacks to use. But even with this explanation, we still had never said that Ultra Instinct was used to become stronger. Speed was still the basis of this technique. The speed to avoid danger through dodging, or the speed to decide on the most effective attack. Neither of these could make attacks any more powerful. So if Goku's attacks on Jiren had become stronger, but clearly not because of Ultra Instinct, that's where the differences between this and this come in to save the day. Kefla had successfully knocked Goku unconscious, so how was he able to stand? As Goku pushed himself to keep fighting and dodged everything she threw at him, Kefla found her overconfidence starting to catch up to her. Her shock was understandable, but was it really? Both Caulifla and Kale had seen it clearly, the moment Goku had returned to the stage of the Omni King's playground. What they had witnessed from the two strongest of all the fighters in the Tournament of Power had left the Saiyan women wondering how their universe was going to survive. But if they had clearly seen the power, and more importantly, the appearance of Ultra Instinct, then Kefla's shock really didn't make any sense at all. And what's even stranger is that Kefla wasn't the only one watching with their eyes wide with shock. Champa, Beerus, and the rest of the Universe 7 team all were left completely clueless about what was happening to Goku. His hair had started to lift. The shining aura was already surrounding his body. With these visuals, plus his dodging, what more did these people need in order for them to see that this was Ultra Instinct? There is one thing that explains this though, and it's much more simple than you think. The thin line of aura that you could see around Goku was something that could not be seen by the characters in the show. If using the Ultra Instinct technique is invisible to these characters, then how would the viewer of the show know what was going on? This was an animation that the Dragon Ball Super creators gave to you, so that you could tell when Goku had entered Ultra Instinct. So why did they use a different aura from before when Goku fought Jiren? The answer to that question is also the final sign that explains how this is not Ultra Instinct. Now that Kefla's second attempt to attack the weakened Goku had also failed to make contact, her teeth clenched together. Her frustration started to heighten. She was 100% sure this was not her fault. She wasn't missing due to having bad aim. Yet somehow, Goku was still able to dodge. But then, Goku's presence changed. His weakness slipped away. A stronger, more confident Saiyan was now the one standing there. A powerful wind surrounded his body, revealing the thing that wasn't Ultra Instinct. And it was something Beerus had seen during his fight with the Super Saiyan God. As he looked at the man that refused to go down, Beerus was looking at all the signs that a Saiyan had turned Super Saiyan. Goku's hair and eyes had turned to a red color. The aura around him had changed to look like the flames of fire. His power had increased. And now that Goku's appearance changed once again in front of Kefla, Beerus was able to finally see the truth behind this mystery heat. Goku's hair lifted. Its tips had turned to the same silver color as his eyes. The aura around him had once again changed to waves of heat. This larger, more colorful aura, and Goku's silver eyes revealed the biggest mystery in the Tournament of Power. This had been the reason for Goku Goku suddenly becoming strong enough to make contact with Jiren. Even if Goku's Ultra Instinct technique only gave him speed, this would give him more strength. This is Ultra Instinct, and this is Goku's new form, something he's yet to fully achieve, as revealed by Jiren's shocking statement. To complete his new form, and to master the Ultra Instinct technique that had come with it, Goku will have to learn to hold this heat, representing his energy and power inside him. Goku's battle in this tournament of power has only just started. Jiren now stares at the even more powerful Saiyan, impatiently waiting for his chance to fight Goku's Ultra Instinct and the power of Goku's new form again. But then,